Hi, this is Bob Fitzgibbons with Showcase TV, just bringing you another great product here. This is the new Epson SureColor P600 printer, the newest 13-inch wide printer from Epson. One of the things you notice first is they are changing the name to SureColor instead of Stylist. So all the printers in the future will be called SureColor. This is the first in the line. Some of the changes over, this is replacing the Epson Stylist R3000 printer. So I'll show you a couple of the things that have changed. Most of them have stayed very similar to that. So if you're familiar with that printer, this is an easy one to do. Some of the things they've changed, they've improved the Wi-Fi. A lot easier to connect it up and get it running. So you can actually print from your iPhone or tablet if you want to. I'm going to open up the printer and start with the inks. One of the main reasons why you would want to buy this printer is the new ink set on the printer. All the inks, it says 9 inks in it. Big cartridges, you know, almost 28 milliliters of ink, or 27 milliliters of ink. Easy to take in and out. Pull one out and just snap it back in. And you close them up. So this has about triple the ink of a standard printer. So all we're going to do now is look at some of the feeding mechanisms for paper. We have the main track is the main feed right here, which we have the new Epson new metallic paper, the metallic glossy paper that Epson just come out with, and it's a very nice paper. They also make it in a luster, but I personally really like the glossy a lot better. It's much more metallic-y. If you want a metallic paper, you want one that really has that shine and pop. So this just goes into the main feeder tray, which this printer will go all the way down to like a 4x6 print, all the way up to a full 13x19 inch print, which this paper is here. And this front tray is good for any kind of glossy paper, the metallics, any of the luster papers, any of the really nice coated papers. But what something Epson did last time on their R3000 printer, they kept it in this line, is a new feeding mechanism for the fine art papers. And I just so happen to have one of the fine art papers here. This is the Epson cold press natural paper. So if you use one of the cold press or hot press papers, which are smooth, and the cold press papers have a little bit of texture to them, a natural paper means it has no artificial brighteners, and the bright papers do have an artificial brightener, and it makes them a little bit more white. I'm personally a big fan of the hot press natural papers. One of my favorite printers that I print on the Epson printers. To feed that, they have this loading mechanism. This is loading one at a time. There is a rear tray that you have to open up, which is back here. You would actually close this up, open this up, and just feed the paper along. Slide it in here all the way through. Line it up on the right-hand edge, right with this line they have here. When you feed it, and you have to tell it what kind of paper you're doing. Yep. It's all touch screen here. Hit proceed. Proceed. I've already done these. Walking you through all the steps. So, load it up, walk through the screen, you tell it the type of paper you do. It's one of the things they've changed, so anytime you put a new paper in there, the screen's going to ask you to verify that kind of paper, so it knows, which is kind of a nice feature, so you don't actually get all confused. And the machine will load it all up. It lines itself up. And there's no longer having to manually reach over the printer and try to push it down and get it to line up. All you do is push it up, close that machine up, tell it what kind of paper you have. And this was a, choose a watercolor paper for that one, and the size. 13 by 19, and hit OK. Now it's ready to print on a fine art paper. So this does have two different inks for the fine art. It uses the matte black ink, and the glossy papers uses the photo ink, and it will automatically switch back and forth. There's other things you can do. You can print on CDs if you want CDs. The same way, you open up the tray, just slide that in. What's a nice feature about this 13-inch wide printer is this has the capability of putting on roll paper. Took the two roll holders, stick them in the back, and then you can do something like on a nice canvas. So you can roll through canvas on this printer. It's a very nice printer. The new ink set has really dark, rich blacks, a little wider color gamut than the old style printers. The printer prints a little bit faster than the old one. So this is a great, if you are wants really the best prints on the market today, you really can't go wrong with the Epson SureColor 600. And I do have an example of an image I just printed on this printer. This is on the metallic glossy paper. This is an image I shot, and really stunning, really dark, rich blacks, really fine detail. It has this really nice pop on this metallic paper. So you can't go wrong with this printer. Come by and see us at Showcase, and we'll even give you a nice demonstration. Thank you.